back then.
Tell her to let me know when she's ready. On Amazon Fire.
You understand you don't know Jack's only 4 players, right? I'll sit out the first game. I'm okay with that. It'll give me time to smoke.
Standing by for start of game. We're set.
Oh, she got it.
I'm sorry, but these wrong answer of the game sponsors, these can't be real, yes? They're absurd. Look, if the price tag is high enough, I'll say whatever the hell you want, but I mean, come on.
Do you think you can cover just the last half of my shift for me?
Yeah, like 4 hours?
Yeah, that'd be great. All you have to do is just check IDs when people come in, and if anyone's rowdy, just cuff them and put them in our holding cell.
Oh, okay.
This is You Don't Know Jack 2015. I'm your host, Cookie
Okay,
Masterson.
so whoever comes in dead last is the one that got swapped
smile
out with
off
me
your
for game
face.
2.
This is serious.
So the person that comes in
Okay,
dead last
just
is the
kidding.
one that's
There
got
will
swapped
be
out with
parts
me
and
for game
stuff.
2.
Player 1, wash your mouth out with soap, or this. You all take care of those screws now. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And today's wrong answer of the game is being brought to you by
The San Francisco Otter Choir. Free concerts every Wednesday, except for mating season.
Try to choose the wrong answer, brought to you by our sponsor, to get prizes and cash. All right, let's do this thing.
Get ready, time for question. 1.
First up, Bootyful. Let's analyze one of Kim Kardashian's body parts. About what percentage of Kim Kardashian's brain is just made up of water? 10%? 40%? Player 3, not much time left. Player 3. Player 4. What are you implying exactly? Players 1 and 2? Kim Kardashian's brain, and everybody else's brain for that matter, is made up of about 80% water. But that other 20% is just so round and firm, I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Tell you so.
Take a good look at. His acting is alright. So, you know how they called Matthew McConaughey's resurgence as an actor his McConaissance? Well, if Matthew McConaughey is currently experiencing a McConaissance, then what period of his life just ended? The McCona Dark Ages? The McCona Industrial Age? The McCona Middle Ages? Or the McCona Enlightenment Age? Player 3, the clock's running. Player 2, all wrong. Players 1 and 4, the Renaissance first occurred in Italy in the late 14th century, immediately following the Middle Ages. So the McConaissance would follow the McCona Middle Ages. Which is funny because most Renaissance sculptures also need to put on a damn shirt.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Pucker up for, brought to you by the letter Unibrow.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right. Question.
And if you get this one right, I'll rustle up some extra moolah for you. Arrange these Sesame Street characters in order of fewest to most eyebrows. Bert, Ernie, the Count. Ernie, Bert, the Count. Bert, Ernie, the Count. The Count, Bert, Ernie, or Ernie, the Count, Bert. Time's almost up. Player 2? No. Players 1 and 4? Hate to disappoint you, but wait, no I don't. Where's that confounded right answer? Ernie has no eyebrows at all, Bert has one long single eyebrow, and the Count has two eyebrows! And yet, none of them have ever blinked. Here's one I like to call Duck, Duck, Swan. Say the cast of Duck Dynasty attends a performance of Swan Lake and thinks there are real waterfowl on stage. In their confusion, which character would they most likely shoot? Siegfried, Benno, Von Rothbart, or Odette? Player 3, time's running out. Odette is a princess who has been turned into a swan, so the Duck Dynasty crew would probably fill her full of lead. Especially if they find out she once fooled around with a lady swan in college.
5 fingers.
This one's known as The Man in the Backwards Yellow Hat, and it's a dis or dat. Player 3, don't say I never gave you anything. Play this dis or dat and try to improve your score. I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one you tell me if it's an alleged antic by pop star Justin Bieber, or an antic by the classic children's book character Curious George. If it's Justin Bieber, press the square button. If it's Curious George, press the circle button. Now, the rest of you need to hear this. Lock in your answers before Player 3. If Player 3 gets it wrong, I'll split up that cash to everyone who got it right. We good? Here we go. Peed in a mop bucket. Went to a Brazilian brothel. You were a couple of bananas short of a bunch. I think we can all agree that it's time for that little bastard to get deported. Then it's your turn, Bieber. Round 1 is complete, and player 1 is ahead. This could get interesting. Don't forget, all the questions in round 2 are worth double. And don't forget, the wrong answer of the game is still out there waiting for you. Okay, let's do this. And now, Dumber and Dumberer 2. So there's Dumb and Dumber, and then there was Dumb and Dumberer, and then Dumb and Dumber 2. Makes perfect sense. Now, going back a few decades, there was The Odd Couple and The Odd Couple 2. So, if another remake of The Odd Couple used the superlative adjective, it would be called The Blank Couple. Odd, odder, oddest, or odderest. Players 1, 3, and 4. Odd is the adjective, odder is the comparative adjective, and oddest is the superlative adjective. But of course, everyone who made the original Odd Couple movies is dead, which means it's the perfect time for Rob Schneider to swoop in and revitalize the franchise. Player 2. No, but speaking of otter, get it? You just won the greatest hits of the San Francisco Otter Choir. Hailed as one of the top 3 otter choirs in the world, the San Francisco Otter Choir will astound you with their covers of Little Red Corvette and The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Today's wrong answer of the game gets you another 8,000 on top of your current score. Sweet.
Really?
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
This one's called Let It Go, Let It Go, Let It Go. At which temperature would Olaf from the movie Frozen melt and die? 30 degrees Kelvin, 30 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius, or 30 degrees Rankine? He's a snowman. Players 2 and 3. You may not know how temperatures work. Players 1 and 4. 30 degrees is below freezing in Fahrenheit and insanely below freezing in Kelvin and Rankine. But it's pretty balmy in Celsius, about the equivalent of 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know, blah, 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 he can magically be saved, but I'm talking about what would happen in the real world to a talking snowman.
Follow me down to the sea.
Up next, Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
First spotted in 1879. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus? Players 1 and 4. Albert Einstein was first spotted in 1879, the year he was born. Probably by a midwife or something, over a century after Uranus was discovered and even longer after kangaroos and peanuts. I've heard baby Einstein cried a lot because he left behind some important equations on the uterine wall. Players 2 and 3? That answer has a hole in it. Open wide for wine or lose. If the Washington Redskins rebranded themselves with a non-offensive red-skinned mascot, what could they be called? The Washington Chardonnays, the Washington Malbecs, the Washington Pinot Blancs, or the Washington Rieslings? Watch your time. Player 2, honest mistake. Players 1 and 3, this isn't going to go with dinner at all. Player 4, Chardonnays, Pinot Blancs, and Rieslings are all white-skinned grapes, but the Malbec grape is red. Although to a connoisseur like myself, Malbec is very offensive. Oh yes, I do say that was quite a burn. Why not try? I want to lick and roll all night. If Kiss singer Gene Simmons' tongue grew to the average length of an adult giraffe's, how deep into a woman's mouth could he stick it when he kissed her? About 5 inches deep, about 10 inches deep, about 20 inches deep, or about 30 inches deep? Players 2 and 3? Players 1 and 4? An adult giraffe's tongue is on average about 18 to 20 inches long. So that's about how deep into a woman's mouth a giraffe-tongued Gene Simmons could stick it. And if Gene Simmons' neck grew to the length of an adult giraffe's, he may not even need women anymore. Welcome to the attack. When you see 2 clues that match, press the X button. $2,000 if you're right. 2,000 gone if you're wrong. But I see you don't need me for anything. It's all yours. Your house is made of what? What materials are their houses made from? Good luck. Player 4's on top! Player 4, that wing was like a limp handshake. Next time you meet somebody, give them a firm grip, look them straight in the eye and say,
watching on the screen, the delay.
Introducing your face's new best friend. Say goodbye to dry.
Okay, we are on.
Cookie, we looked it up, and implausible with an L is not
possible. Look it up, Glenn.
If we could get all the dancers to set, all of the dancers. Thank you.
I hope those cupcakes were fair game. They were delicious, the ones sitting in the break room.
you eat them all?
I just had a couple.
How many?
I don't know if I was counting.
You know why it was cake? I really didn't
Those
even
were
like
for
$30.
Carol's birthday party later on.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No, but we didn't sing to her yet.
Oh, sweet.
We were gonna like present them, be like, happy birthday, like to you. Yeah, that's not the point. We were gonna put candles in all of the cupcakes and then give them to her. I just don't want her to think that like.
I know, me neither.
I am Cookie Masterson, and I shaved my nipples for this, so let's hurry before it grows back. Like, we need to get moving now. Okay, you four, show of hands. Who's sitting next to someone stupider than they are? Nice. There's your hardware. If you think another player is clueless, screw them and make them answer immediately. If they miss it, you win extra cash. And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by
Flavored eye drops. Why let your mouth have all the fun? Flavored eye drops.
Sniff out our sponsor's wrong answer of the game and you'll end up with a great prize and serious cash. All right, here we go.
Get ready, time for question one.
First question, Eat, Pray, Die. Which of these Julia Roberts characters would Jack the Ripper have been most likely to savagely murder? Erin Brockovich, Vivian Ward, Tess Ocean, or Liz Gilbert? Player 3. Player 1. Interesting choice. Players 2 and 4. Vivian Ward is the name of the prostitute Julia Roberts plays in Pretty Woman, and almost all of serial killer Jack the Ripper's alleged victims were female prostitutes, so he'd probably have just loved to murder her. I can see it now. He'd open the box with his knife in it, she'd reach in and he'd playfully shut it, snapping her fingers. She'd laugh, he'd laugh, then he'd kill her.
Oh, Mama, gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it's
Next, if I only had a brain trust. Suppose the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz faced off against the Wicked Witch of the West in a public debate. If he wanted to use a straw man argument against her, what might he do? Attack the Wicked Witch's character rather than the issues? Misrepresent the Wicked Witch's position on the issues? Prove the Wicked Witch wrong using statistical data? Or interrupt the Wicked Witch before she finishes her points? Not much time left. Players 3 and 4. Ooh, ouch. Players 1 and 2. Hey, remember when the Scarecrow says the sum of the square roots of any two sides of an isosceles triangle is equal to the square root of the remaining side? Yeah, he was actually wrong. So you guys have that in common. Here's what a right answer looks like. A straw man argument purposefully misrepresents an opponent's position in order to strike it down. Here's how I would debate the Wicked Witch. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the two candidates you see here tonight is a Wicked Witch. Thank you, I yield the rest of my time.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Let's try getting naughty. And this dis or dat leg's being tied up. Player 3. Your score stinks at the moment, so this one's all for you. I'm going to read off 7 names, and for each one, you tell me if it's the name of a necktie knot or the name of a sex position recommended by Women's Health magazine. If it's a necktie knot, press the square button. If it's a sex position, press the circle button. The rest of you ought to pay attention. Pick your answers before Player 3 does, because if Player 3 gets it wrong, everyone who gets it right will split that cash. Ready? Let's go. The Half-Wind, the Valedictorian, the Prince Albert, the Trinity, the Caboose, the Chairman, the Four in Hand. It appears your score likes to be on bottom. My usual sex position is also the way I usually tie a tie, alone in front of a mirror. Coming up next, shop till everyone drops. Say at Christmas time, every single item at your local mall sells out. According to a popular grim fairy tale, which of these stores has the best chance to be magically stocked overnight by hardworking elves? Foot Locker, Radio Shack, Victoria's Secret, or Lens Crafters? Player 4, time's running out. Player 1. Players 3 and 4. In the grim fairy tale, The Elves and the Cobbler, a poor shoemaker is given some much-needed help by elves who appear in the middle of the night. And while the shoemaker made a nice profit, the elves were trampled to death on Black Friday. Player 2. I think your vision's blurred. But clear your eyes tastefully with these flavored eye drops. All those in flavor, say aye. This wrong answer of the game got you $4,000. Nice job. Try this on for size. Okia dokia. If you're driving between company headquarters, which trip should be the shortest? IKEA to Kia, Kia to Nokia, Nokia to IKEA, or IKEA, Nokia, and Kia headquarters are exactly the same distance apart. Player 4, how about it? Player 2. Players 1 and 3. So honestly, Nokia is based in Finland and IKEA is based right next door in Sweden. Kia is based in South Korea. Whether it's phones, furniture, or cars, if it's got Kia in the name, you know it's gonna be cheap. I mean inexpensive. Inexpensive! That's all we got for round 1. And it looks like player 2 has the lead and feeling pretty good right about now. Keep in mind, all the prizes are doubled in round 2. And don't forget about your screws. You're being too nice. Here's a good one. Muscle milk was a bad choice. Say the news team from the Anchorman films decides to run a relay race against a rival news team. If Ron Burgundy is his team's anchor, when will he run? Before Brick, Brian, and Champ? After Brick and Player 1, who's gonna get it? Player 2, you're screwed. You got 5 seconds to pick an answer. In a relay race, the anchor, usually the fastest runner, goes last. And they would probably promote the race so incessantly that I'm not interested in seeing it anymore. Well, player 1, looks like your plan backfired.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
I call this one, Guess Who's Dak? Dak again. You know, I'm not an optimist, but I have to say, I feel like things have been going pretty well with the game so far.
Son, Daddy forgot about me.
Oh no, my old ventriloquist puppet, Billy O'Brien.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood, so who's the dummy?
Not me.
Billy, the whole creative team here decided to not include you in this game because you're too much of a troublemaker.
Troublemaker? Me? No, I just got back from traveling the world, studying all the profound teachings of titular world spiritual leaders. For instance, which titular religious group was founded by someone with the last name of Smith?
Player 3, where's that screw go? You just got screwed, player 4. 5 seconds to pick an answer. Damn, that time just flew by. Player 3, way to work that screw. You want even more cash? Player 2.
All right.
And you've been excommunicated.
Were you thinking of this one? The Mormon religion was founded in the 1800s by Joseph Smith.
In America.
So, which was your favorite religion you studied?
Well, I particularly like the ones that treats about reincarnation. Someday, I hope to come back as a beautiful coffee table.
Follow me down to the sea.
Next up, Orcas 11. Say I wanted to go around freeing the killer whales from every SeaWorld location in the world. How many separate rescue missions would I need to go on? 3 Player 2, who gets the screw? You can't just leave your screw hanging out in the breeze like that. We'll try not to let that ruin the rest of the game. Player 3. Player 1. Did you pick this on purpose? Watch how easy this is. There are 3 SeaWorlds, one in San Diego, one in San Antonio, and one in Orlando. So you would need to go on 3 separate rescue missions. Well, that sounds like a lot of traveling. Maybe I'll just pay that kid from Free Willy to do it. Something tells me he could use the cash. Here's one for you. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus.
The name of Jeff Dunham's purple-skinned puppet. Kangaroo, Peanuts, Albert Einstein, or Uranus? Player 4, time's almost up.
Dude, the live is killer.
His name
The
is
answers all
Peanuts.
just came out.
I have to admit, people who talk through ventriloquist puppets kind of creep me out.
That you talk through me.
Quiet, Billy. Stop trying to get me to kill people.
Whoa, now you're creeping me out, man.
May I introduce the Midnight Run to the Bathroom? According to Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, how would Paul Revere secretly signal to you that he has to pee in the sea? I have to do a number 1 in a 1. I have to do a number 1 in a 2. I have to do a number 1 in a 3. Or, I have to do a number 2 in a 1. Why player 4? Who do you care to screw? If you're gonna threaten to screw someone, you gotta act on it. Can we continue now? Players 1 and 3. Player 2. According to Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's poem, Paul Revere's Ride, Paul's signal for the British was 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. And as we all know, a number 1 is a P. And Americans would have known about the British sooner if he hadn't stopped for a number 4. You don't even want to know what that is. Brace yourself for the attack. When you see 2 clues that match. Okay, if that's how you want it, here's the clue. This plus this equals that. What new thing do these combine to make? Good luck. Player 2, you ended up really close to the other 3 players. Your score, I mean, not you personally. In fact, I get the distinct feeling that your opponents don't actually like you very much. It's true. Whenever you're not around, they say, "You don't know Jack!"
Thank you, thank you.
Fibbage.
As I'll ever be.
What was that?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be. I mean, it's gonna be the four of us
and if
after
I
this
fall
one.
asleep during
Can we
this,
do a
just
share play
poke the
because this
screen
lag
with
is
a
killer?
stick. Okay, 4 on the floor. I don't know what that means, but here we go. Let's do this. This is round 1. You'll get 500 points for everyone you fool, and you'll get 1,000 for finding the truth. Select a category. Okay, here's your first question. In 1988, George H.W. Bush celebrated Halloween by dressing up as blank. Now, use your device to enter a bluff that you think will fool the other players into thinking it's true. If you can't think of anything in time, use the Lie For Me button for half the points. Do it now. Hurry, hit the Lie For Me button if you can't think of something. Okay, here are your choices. Find the truth and touch it on your device. Okay, let's take a look. Nice truth finding, everybody. And we're done. Time to pick a category. Okay, here's the question. Ward Shelley and Alex Schwader's art piece In Orbit, which was on display at a gallery in New York, featured 2 men living in a giant blank for 10 days. Type in your lies now. All right, where's the truth? All right, who picked what? No. Well, don't you feel foolish? You have to understand art to get it. You see, the wheel is symbolic of their desperate need for attention. And nobody picked the other lies up there. All right, pick a category. Okay, here's the question. A science student in Nepal has created an innovative solar panel that is far cheaper to make than a traditional solar panel because it's made with blank. Enter your lies now. Hurry, hit the lie for me button if you can't think of something. Okay, here you go. Find the truth. Let's see what everybody selected. And that means... This is round 2, which means all point values are doubled. Exciting. Select a category. Okay, here's the question. One of Kim Jong-il's many titles was Invincible and Ever-Triumphant General and Highest Incarnation of the Revolutionary Comradely blank. Type in your lies now. Hurry up. Okay, which one's the truth? Okay, what did everyone pick? Great lie there. Or IAETGAHIOTRCL for short. And that means some of these didn't get picked. Time to pick a category. Okay, here's the question. Metrophilia is sexual arousal caused by blank. Enter your lies now. Okay, here are your choices. All right, let's see what everybody picked. And that's it. Nobody else's lies got picked. All right, pick a category. Okay, here's the question. Pantherophobia is the constant fear of your blank. Type in your lies now. All right, where's the truth? All right, who picked what?
I was going to pick that one, too.
And the rest of the board goes unselected.
Yeah, that's why I said after this one, try doing a share play with me. They're lagging so bad.
This is the final fibbage. One question left for all the marbles, and everything is worth triple. Good luck. Here's your final fibbage question. The Michelin Man's strange official name. Enter your lies now. Hurry! Hit the lie for me button if you can't think of something. Okay, which one's the truth? Okay, what did everyone pick?
Yes.
But now it's hard to see him as anything but a bibendum. And nobody fell for this one.
Of course, native beyond.
As always.